it's what we do. You don't want to drink, or maybe you do, I don't know. Hello homebrewers and welcome! So here is the part 2 to the simple cider that we started a few weeks back. So as you can see, I've just left it alone, no finings, no preservatives, no nothing, and it has turned clear again. Some people get a bit worried that it's all murky. Just leave it alone. It may take a couple of weeks longer. It really depends on the temperature and how quick the yeast is doing its thing. Temperature is a variable. So we have got our simple cider. We didn't add any citrus to it, or acids, or anything like that, or even tea. We wanted the most basic, simple cider that we could possibly make. So here it is. So let's crack it open and stick the hydrometer in to see what it finished at. So let's give it a cheeky smell. Oh, bit of CO2. It has sort of like a tart apple flavour, because, well, apple juice already has an acidity regulator, which is citric acid in it. So I can see this going. So with our hydrometer lovingly in here, and it has stopped moving, I can clearly see it has finished at 1. So we had a potential alcohol, if it finished at dryness, of about 7% approximately. But it finished at 1, so we've actually got 5.5% roughly. I think it actually works out to like 5.7 or 5.8 if you want to be exact, but here we do ish. So it is now ready to be bottled up. So I've got my siphoning tube with my piece of silver in because it's non-reactive. I just happen to have it lying around. You can use a bit of bamboo or stainless steel, whatever, or have a proper siphoning tube. But this was pennies. So I've got some sterilized 2-litre bottles. I also have a cheeky glass for tasting because, well, this no frill simple cider has no tannins and no extra acids. It doesn't need to be aged. We just sweeten it or carbonate it if you want to add an extra 7 days to the brewing. So I'm going to go and get my brewing peg because somehow I've lost it again. Like magic, I have my peg. So I am using 2-litre plastic bottles which I have sterilized and rinsed, and a little cloudy because they got hot water, just for that extra rinseness. I use my bleach and washing up liquid solution, and they don't smell of bleach and washing up liquid, so they're good to go. So in goes my lovely siphon. There we go. And that's roughly where I want it. Get in there. And now let us create a siphon. So you can use any bottle that you want, as long as it's sterilized. Use glass bottles. Yeah, like I said, you can use any bottle that you want. 2-litre bottles are easy for me because they're like 17p and I love sparkling water. There we go. Now just stick it down lower and I'm going to fill these up. So our siphoning has been completed, and from our 1 gallon demijohn we've got 4 litres of lovely crystal clear cider, and also a little bit to taste. It's got a little bit of yeast haze in it because I collected it the last because, well, I don't want it in there. So let's give this a try right now. It's not bad. It has a sort of appley taste, not really alcoholic. It is just a simple cider. Now the thing that makes this even better is adding some sweetness back to it, so it brings out the apple flavour. So as usual, I don't have a spoon. I really suck at this today. I have my spoon. So to make this fantastic brew even better, we add a bit of sweetness to it. Now obviously if you like your ciders really dry, or dry, you don't have to sweeten it. But a little bit of sweetness to it does bring out more apple flavours and makes it very palatable and drinkable right away. So what I'm using is just store-bought sweetener. In my case, I'm using a sucralose-based sweetener, which is actually based on sugar, but is non-fermentable. It's the one that tastes the least like a sweetener to me. Obviously, you can use whatever sweetener you like. And I'm going to add in a cheeky teaspoon, like so. Give it a stir, and I'm going to leave it for a minute just to work its magic. Let it dissipate and stop foaming. And we'll be right back. So we're doing a reshoot because it was blurred. Bad camera. So I've got my now slightly chilled cider. Still exactly the same, I just drank some already. Very nice. So cheers. And now it is completely different. Wow. It's got more of an apple flavor. There's a little bit of harshness that you get from freshly fermented beverages like so, completely gone. It just tastes like a mildly alcoholic apple juice. It is basically like a sweet cider, but it's quick drinking and it's ready to go. Look at these little bad boys. So obviously it's up to your palate if you want to go sweet or how sweet you go, but as a general rule, start with 1 teaspoon per 200-ish ml glass. And then you can adjust them in the bottles as you see fit. That's really tasty. So, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out some of the other ones and subscribe if you feel like it. Carry on homebrewing, guys. I got quick drinking cider. Cheers. So I just want to take a second to thank my patrons. They're helping me grow the channel, upgrade my equipment, all of that fantastic stuff. And as a thank you to them and for future patrons, I also do 4 Patreon-only videos per month. So it's pretty handy if you want a little bit extra. So there's some other links to videos down below, and of course the Patreon and subscribe button. Don't forget to check those out. See ya.